You ever have this happen? You ask an AI a question, you get a garbage answer. You change maybe one or two words, ask again, and suddenly, boom, you get this brilliant response. It's like you're trying to find a secret magic spell, right? Well, it turns out you're not alone, and researchers are now building systems to find those magic words for us automatically. So let's pull back the curtain and see exactly how they're doing it.
Just look at these two prompts. On the left, a super simple, direct question. On the right, it's just a little more specific. Now, the first one might give you a really dense, textbook-level explanation, but the second one? You're way more likely to get something clear, creative, and, actually useful. This right here is the heart of the problem. Tiny, tiny changes in how you ask can lead to massive differences in the answer you get.
There is actually a name for this. Researchers call it unpredictable sensitivity. As this quote from a big survey on the topic points out, even prompts that mean basically the same thing can get wildly different results. This whole situation has turned writing good prompts into this kind of dark art called prompt engineering. And honestly, it often just feels like a lot of frustrating trial and error.
And that, right there, is the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, if we want everyone to be able to use these incredible tools effectively, we can't rely on guesswork or needing to hire some specialist prompt engineer. There's got to be a better way. So the problem isn't just that prompts are sensitive. It's that finding the absolute best one is a huge search problem. I mean, think about it. There are nearly infinite ways to ask the same question. How in the world do you systematically find the winner? Well, that's where our solution comes in. And it's basically an automated coach. And this coach has a name, Automatic Prompt Optimization, or APO for short. The idea is, instead of you sitting there manually tweaking words, this system takes your basic idea and just trains it. It refines it over and over until it becomes a high-performance, gold medal-winning prompt. So here's the key takeaway. APO is basically a whole toolkit of methods designed to do the hard work for us. It takes our first, kind of clunky instruction and uses an automated process to discover a much, much better version of it, one that gets the best possible results from the AI for whatever we're trying to do.
And what makes APO so powerful really comes down to three key things. First, it's black box, which is a fancy way of saying it can optimize prompts for models like ChatGPT or Claude without needing to see their secret internal code. Second, it's systematic. It's not just guessing. And third, and this is a big one, the final optimized prompt is still in plain English, so we can actually look at it and understand what makes it work so well.
To really get a handle on how this all works, let's use a metaphor for the rest of this explainer. Let's think of it as the prompt Olympics. We're not just writing prompts anymore. We're recruiting them, we're training them, and we are competing them against each other to find the one undisputed champion.
So what does this training process actually look like? Well, every Olympic sport has a playbook, and APO is no different. It follows this really structured 5-step process to turn a total rookie prompt into a world-class performer. Let's walk through it. Okay, here it is, the entire game plan in 5 steps. You start by recruiting your athletes. Those are your initial prompts. Then they go through a training regimen to generate new variations. The coach evaluates how they're doing. They compete in qualifying heats to weed out the weak ones. And finally, a champion is crowned. Let's break each of those down. Step 1, recruiting the athletes. Where do these first prompts or seed prompts even come from? Well, there are 2 main ways. You can start with instructions written by a human, or you can use this really clever technique called instruction induction. That's where you show an AI a few examples of what you want done, and it actually writes the first batch of instructions for you.
Now for the training regimen. This is where it gets really cool. One of the most popular methods is inspired by biology, genetic algorithms. The system takes 2 prompts that are already doing pretty well and combines their best parts. They call that crossover. Or it'll take one good prompt and just make a small, random change to it. That's mutation. This way, you're constantly creating new, potentially stronger athletes for the competition.
But how does the coach know who's winning? That's the evaluation step. Sometimes it's just a simple number, like how many questions the prompt got right. But other, more advanced systems use another powerful AI as a judge. This AI judge gives detailed written feedback explaining why a prompt's answer was good or bad, which is incredibly helpful for guiding the next round of training.
And this brings us to the qualifying heats. After each round of training and scoring, you have a whole bunch of prompt candidates. A really common strategy to narrow the field is called top K greedy search. It sounds complicated, but it's super simple.
The system keeps the best performers, say the top 10, and just gets rid of everyone else. Only the best get to move on. And this isn't just theory, by the way. These methods are really being used. This table shows a few actual APO systems from the research. You can see Oprah uses something called a metaprompt to create new candidates and has an AI judge to score them. AP, which stands for Automatic Prompt Engineer, it uses that instruction induction we talked about and scores based on pure accuracy. It just goes to show how different systems can mix and match these playbook strategies. Okay, so we have this powerful automated coach, and we know the playbook. But the competition is far from over. The future of APO is all about pushing into brand new events, moving beyond just simple text to make our conversations with all kinds of AI more natural and more effective. The research is pointing to some really exciting frontiers. I mean, think about automatically optimizing a text prompt to generate a photorealistic image, or audio, or even video. That's called multimodal APO. Or imagine creating the perfect system prompt to give an AI agent a specific personality, say for being a therapist or for customer service. The ultimate goal here is a universal APO that can optimize instructions for any task you can think of, making these complex AI tools as easy to use as a search engine. And the results we're seeing already are just staggering. One study trained a system to optimize prompts based purely on which answers humans liked better. The result? A 22% increase in win rates for ChatGPT. This proves that automatic optimization isn't just some minor tweak. It delivers huge, measurable improvements in quality. But here's the really fascinating part. Even the experts are still figuring out the deeper why. This quote reminds us that while we know these techniques work really well, the exact reasons why they work are still a bit of a mystery. We're still uncovering why certain phrases or specific structures have such a powerful effect on these incredibly complex models. And that leaves us with this final thought. What APO promises is a future where the quality of your idea isn't limited by your ability to phrase it perfectly. It's about leveling the playing field so that anyone, a scientist, an artist, a student, can unlock the full potential of AI without needing to learn any magic words.